999 shit. When I'm in town, parties going.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Well, I was about to say welcome to the stream, but this is a city tour video for YouTube. Welcome, everyone. I am RJ. This is Info RJ channel, and you are now entering into Grand City. That's what the city's name is so far. I haven't really named it anything different, but yeah, we're in Grand City. Right now I'm home. I have a house in Grand City. Now I know that in my past videos on YouTube, I was in an apartment, but now I have a house. Well, something like a house, not exactly a house, but we're gonna tour that first. And then, well, my house first. It's not fully finished yet. It still needs to be furnished in a lot of rooms. The dining room still has to be furnished. Other stuff, I don't want to say it too soon because it will kind of spoil it. But welcome, bienvenidos, a mi casa, to my house. So we're going to tour it. I'm in my bedroom right now. So I think people can get a good guess of what my house might be. But this is my room. I have my closets right here, a bathroom, bathtub, toilet, sink, regular bathroom stuff, of course. I'll be really quick with the tour of my bedroom because there's a few other things that I want to show within the city, because this is technically outside of the city. Yeah, so I haven't really named states or, city lines, and I haven't really done all of that. It doesn't seem like a lot of work yet. It's just naming stuff, really. But where I am now is considered outside of the city. It's in Red District. That's what it's called, Red District. That's the name I gave it, Red District. So yeah, this is my bedroom. Like I said, bathroom, closet over there. Nothing really much to it. Here's the living space, couch, TV, lights, of course. I have a table here with 2 seats. That way we can play chess. I was trying to look for it, if there was a chessboard, like actually in the game, like on the add-on that I have, on the add-ons that I have, because I have multiple. I didn't see anything about a chessboard, so unfortunately I wasn't able to put one there, but that's the purpose of it. And I guess if you want to eat lunch, if you don't want to eat lunch in a diner room, you would eat it here, but I wouldn't think that's the proper way, a royal proper way to do it. This is my bed area, of course. Nothing much to it, like I said. I have my desk over there, which I just was at the beginning of the video. Thought it would be cool to start there again because I used to start there when I was in the apartment in Uptown. But yeah, now we're in Red District. So I do live in a palace. The palace, not the inside, but the outside framing is based on a palace in Russia. So I built these rooms to have like closets and stuff, and these are supposed to be like just regular bedrooms. Obviously this one is not as big as mine. Sorry, it's not as big as mine. Same one with this room. It's about the same size. Just touring it a little bit. This is the second floor, of course. Second floor. This room is about the same size as mine. I think it might be the same. No lighting and stuff. Like I said, the entire house is not furnished. This is not a bedroom. This would be considered like a throne room or a reception room. I'll explain that once the actual room is done. I'll fully explain why I call it that. And the one that's opposite from this is the same thing. I think this one is the actual throne room, and then the one on the opposite side is the reception room. That'll make sense Not in this video, but in like future ones. If you check out the actual Twitch stream, I have a few things that I've been building on there. You can see how I'm updating certain areas. But for the palace itself, I'll have like a fully separate live stream specifically for furnishing my my house or my palace. I call it a house because it's technically my house, but yeah. So I'll do a whole video on that, and then there will be separate videos on certain areas being updated, and I'll try to figure out, I'm gonna look up a way to save those videos because the videos from before, they weren't specifically saved. I still have access to them, but they weren't saved to the actual like Twitch account. So you only have fully new videos or streams that I have up there, but you can still check them out because they are extremely new, brand new. So you'll see a tour up there. That's the first tour. That was the one that they had, well, that I had last week. I did that right after I did. I invited some friends over to for a tour, so they came right after that. After I did that tour for them, the Twitch tour. So there's certain things that aren't on the Twitch tour that are on this one, because I updated, of course, during that space. Although it was only 1 week, there were certain things that were updated that weren't on there, that is on there now. So yeah, check out the Twitch stream because I just did one yesterday, and we were touching up Newtown, which is important. We'll go over there now and see the actual update, but I'll be updating it more today, I think. Yeah, today, or yeah, today. I'll come on today to stream it, but obviously for you, it'll be a later time. Because this is supposed to be for YouTube, not for Twitch. Anyway, moving on. The building is basically the same on both sides, so we'll head downstairs. Same thing upstairs is about the same thing. Now downstairs is completely different. We'll go through one of the hallways before I start actually touring, and then to the outside hallway, so you'll be able to see the actual windows on the outside. Here we are. This is the ballroom. Of course, it's not fully furnished. Like, I want you to consider the palace to be something that just got built, right? And the royal family is just moving in. Or let's say the previous king just died and the new royal family, like his children, are now moving in and everything is getting refurbished. That's what you want to consider the building, because like the walls are up, everything's there, but like the inside walls have to be redone for the actual room itself. So these I did. You can tell these are the finished walls, and I have to put chandeliers in here, tables, actual carpet to make it more of a ballroom. But that's the intended purpose of the room. So, okay. We're gonna move on. So after the ballroom, there's plenty of doors to get in there. I'm going around the house in a way that I've never done before. So I'm gonna go to the front door. Is that over here? Yeah, this is over here. Okay, so we're good. So yep, the ballroom's right at the front door. This is, again, the throne room is right at the front door. This is where, I don't know how to explain it, because like if you're not like a royal fanatic, then it's kind of hard to explain, but I'll try to explain it in the best way that I know. Let's say if there's people who work in the royal palace and who just visit, like family members who just come to visit. Is not like a state visit by another like another king or another president of another country. It's not like that. This is where those people come in. It's still a dignified door. It's not like for the help exactly, I'll have another door somewhere else for that specifically. But this is still for guests, and like, let's say if the king had a friend that he wanted to come over and visit, they'll come over here and they'll park on the side there, and then they'll come through this door. They won't go through the front. The front exactly is not there yet. That's why I didn't consider the front door, because there's no front door yet. I haven't built it yet. So this would be considered the back door. Anyway, I don't know why I went on with that. I'm not sure if that's important to everyone. So there's a bathroom here, and then on the opposite side of this wall is another bathroom. Not done yet. Over here is supposed to be a library. I put book here because I didn't want to just put lib, because then I wouldn't remember what it meant. I probably would have, but I overthink like that. So book is here. It's supposed to be a library there. Hallway. Sorry, kind of got a dry throat. Now, this is the dining room. It's not supposed to be a, everyone's invited dining room. This is supposed to be This is not supposed to be a everyone's invited dining room. This is supposed to be a specifically for like the family. So not invited guests. This is not the ballroom. They don't eat here. This is specifically for the family. That's it. The royal family. That's it. So the doors would probably be closed if there was a party in the palace. These doors would be closed because no one's supposed to go in there, right? Because it's specifically meant for the family. Just explaining how the rooms work. You're like, why do you have this room or why do you have that room? Well, this is why. Here, since the dining room is right there, I put right next to it the kitchen. There'll be a doorway going right here to this next room. This next room will be the pantry. It'll have all 3 doors access to it. It'll have the pantry. This is where they'll make the bread. They'll because again, the country is Jewish. You want 2 separate kitchens. This one would be for dairy products and all that, and then the other one, the way that it looks, it'll be for meat. You want that separated. You want it kosher, and that's how we work. I'm here. I don't know exactly how all the kosher stuff works. I'm not like in tune with all of that because my household, we don't separate it. It's just because I don't live in a fully Jewish household, so I'm not fully able to keep kosher in that way. But for this here, for my house in Minecraft, I have it specifically built for that. So this will go here, dairy and all that stuff, and then the other one will be for meat. That way I keep kosher. I'm not eating in here, of course, but we want to go this way, the hallway. I think we'll go back so that nobody's confused. Now this is a living room. Fam. I have fam here. It's a living room. TV, couches, pool table, all that will come here. Doors will be closed when parties happening. You don't go in there. You go ballroom, bathroom. That's about it. Hallways outside. That's it. You don't go in the rooms. You don't go upstairs. You don't go in the family room. You don't go in the dining room. None of that. So, moving on. That's that. And then I think the gym is over here on this side. There's no access from that hallway. So, yep, the gym is right here. And I actually have gym equipment thanks to the add-ons that I have added on here. I think this tour would probably be a little over an hour. I'm not sure though. Now this here is like, I don't know if I don't know. Just let's say if you understood royal stuff, right? This room is specifically for royal artifacts, crowns, jewels, diamonds, tiaras, robes, chairs, like anything that has anything to do with the royal family, collection, paintings, music, that'll come here. This room is specifically built for that. It's the opposite from the dining room. So this would technically be open. People would be able to come in here during parties. Obviously, that's a little risky because the jewels are here. But for RP, reasons, I'll keep it realistic because usually those rooms are still open to the public. Technically, but they have like guards within the rooms to protect the jewels from getting stolen. All right. Now, I think this is the ballroom, and I think that's it for the first floor. Yeah. Yep, that's it. Dining room, jewels, kitchen. Wait, that's not kitchen. Yeah, it is kitchen. Kitchen. Yep. All right, cool. That's it for this room. I mean, for this building. Yep, that's the front. That's it for this building. We are going to continue outside of Red District. Red District was supposed to be a Catholic city originally, but I decided to build Red District instead, just because I wanted something over here. I wanted to build my house somewhere. Originally, I had something in. Originally, I had a house in. Dang, what is that place called? Eden. I'll show you guys that. It's not done at all, like not even close. But I'll show you guys that. All right. But first, we got to get out of Red Village. I mean, Red District. Same thing. Red Village, Red District. The same thing. Get out of here. I'll keep it in third person. Uh-oh. I think I went out of gas. Did I? No. Let me put some in just in case. Put some gas in. I apologize if I speak fast. Truly. Oh, it's only been 17 minutes. Perfect. Gas. Perfecto. Grab some gas. Alright. Now, once we get out of Red District, which is not a big district yet, it'll be bigger because there's a lot of land to go off of, luckily, which I'm actually happy about. So yeah, Red District, and then we're approaching Newtown, which we'll tour next. It's not much to see. This will be what I'm updating today. I'll be bringing these buildings up, but for now, we can look at their current state. So this is Uptown. Remember that this area is supposed to be for cyberpunk builds. That'll go all in this area. I was trying to do something over there yesterday, but it wasn't working out, so I'll end up having to delete that. But yeah, or not, maybe not. Sorry. Now here is a cafe, and then it has an apartment up on top. The apartments will go up 3 levels or 2. No, I think 2. Yeah, 3. 3 or 2. Doesn't matter. Here's the kitchen, reception desk, and then this is the floor, eating floor. That's that, and then we can go over here to see this. Now this area is, again, it's not done. Still needs a hallway in it, and then the actual apartment, but not bad for the area. You could probably fit about 2 small apartments, 2 cheap apartments, because cyberpunk is supposed to be like, you got the extremely poor parts, and then you have the extremely rich parts. It's dystopian. It's supposed to be super super rich and super super poor. So that's what that would be. Nothing over here would be middle class. Middle class is uptown. That's middle class. Uptown, Shabbat Village, that's middle class, the area. But this over here, like not extremely poor, but not rich in any aspect. This is like I forgot what I wanted this to be. I think this is supposed to be a bookshop or a music shop, one or the other. Doesn't matter. Sorry. I'll keep it. I like the national anthem of the United Kingdom. Anyway, little alley, and then over here is a bar, or you know how you have in animes, right? Like those big bars. They have like the floor, the eating floor, where they have all the tables and a place of reception. People can sit down and eat, and then they have the bar up there. So that's what I'm going for this building. And then again, same here, same as this building. This one has an apartment on the top. There's no access to the apartment up top yet. I didn't build access to it, but that's there. And then over here, I was thinking flower shop, and then again an apartment on top. It'll like that will stay pretty consistent for this area. Game store here. Maybe a food shop or something. I'm thinking a tool shop, maybe. Tool shop. Or this could be like an actual corner store. Like a corner store to come get snacks and stuff. Since there'll be so many apartments in this area, it would make sense. And then you want this area to be a food desert. You don't want extreme access to food. You don't want a supermarket in this area because it's not realistic for this area. Now, if you put it further down, where the more richer side, the more expensive side of Newtown, that will go over there. Because again, it's supposed to be rich, and then super poor. No in between. Now, corner store, game shop, tool shop, cafe, music store / bookstore, still don't know. And then bar, flower shop, and then I'm thinking a club over here as well. Don't know. I feel like this is supposed to be a more chill part of it, but since the bar is here, I'm thinking to put the club here, or just clubs in general in this area. So to go up this whole street, it'll be clubs. It'll be kind of like that. Dark still, dark area, dark all that. And then over here, same thing. It'll be same dark dystopian vibe, like cyberpunk vibe. And then over here, be more expensive. And then again, the airport's supposed to be all the way back there. So the only way to access the airport is to go through this poor area. If you're taking a highway from anywhere else, let's go through this poor area and then go through the big city. Well, the big new town. Specific people, specifically my brother, has a problem with the way that I'm setting up the city. Because like, why is there multiple downtowns? Well, the purpose of me building this whole thing in general is not to have a specific downtown, or you have to go here for downtown, or everything has to be here and then the rest of the areas are barren or empty. or, nothing going on. I don't want to explore a world like that, and neither do I want to show a world like that to other people, because that's basically what everyone already does. Everyone already just puts a big city and then the town goes around the city. But I'm looking for like experience. If I want to feel like I'm in a cyberpunk city, I want cyberpunk city only. If I want to feel like I'm downtown Los Angeles, I want to be downtown Los Angeles only. If I want to be in uptown New York or Brooklyn, New York, I want to be in Brooklyn, New York only. You get what I mean? If I want to be in China, I want to be in China only. I don't want China, America, and Saudi Arabia in one area. I don't know if that makes sense to people, but like I have over there, the snowy areas in Red District, that's supposed to be a Russian replica, because I love Russia. I love the architecture in Russia, and I love Russian history. They have a really rich royal history. I love Russia in that way. Obviously, Russia is a bit controversial, especially at this moment. But for me, Russia will always be an extremely important country, extremely rich in history, and like is very important in that matter. So that's why I wanted to build that for that area. I know it might be controversial for some people, of course, but I have an extremely different opinion on the matter and which is going on there. Just because I have a little bit more information than some people do. Not saying that I'm smarter than anybody, but I know what I'm talking about for most of the part. Anyway, this is all that. Over there across, which was always the plan, will also be high towers. Over here, high towers. This will be the only area that's the poor area. This will be the only area. All down there, all right here. This is basically like a circle. And then past that line, rich. It'll be more spacious because the airport is over that way. So we want tall towers, big streets, Saudi Arabia style, because again, Saudi Arabia will be considered a dystopian type of country. China, what else? Japan is not considered dystopian, but the way that it's built, you would consider that cyberpunk. So that's what I'm going for. Large streets on this side, huge towers on this side, so they'll be much bigger than what's downtown. So we'll drive through that from the airport. It'll be a big street from the airport from that. Palm trees and stuff like that. That's the kind of look I'm going for. Yeah. And then straight to the airport, and then it comes to Newtown. And you'll have a rich part of Newtown right here. Like nice big towers here even. Along this road. Along that road. Probably not far down there. I'll probably put like more of the same stuff here, over there. And then over here will be big towers as well. So that's what I'm going for. Newtown is a main priority at this time. The next stream that I'm going to do is actually going to be for Newtown. We're going to continue on because I spent quite some time over here, but you'll see the vision once it actually comes through. Or even if you see the vision now as I'm speaking it, that's what I'm going for. And usually I get what I want. No. Yeah, usually. Normally. If it's not good for me, then I don't get it. But if it's what I truly want and it's what I deserve, then I get it. Fully. Now, did I? Like was. Alright. I ain't want the music too low. Moving on. Ooh. He's going third person. Now, right now, we are heading to downtown. That's our next stop. After that, we'll go to Eden. And then lastly, we'll go to Shabbat. There's not much in Shabbat, Shabbat Village, but I did build some apartments there, 1 bedroom apartments, but you'll see them when we get there. But right now we're approaching downtown, where not one building is fully completed, except for the synagogue, and even that is not even fully completed. There's a lot of work to do in downtown, but I wanted to focus on Newtown because Newtown hasn't gotten anything at all, except for those few buildings, and the roads. The roads have been there before downtown, before Eden, before Shabbat. So I thought it was really important to get downtown and Newtown up on the road. So this is downtown. I'm not gonna park, I'm just riding around, and then I'm gonna fly over here to show you guys. Yeah, I think I'll park here. I said I wouldn't park, but I'll park. Hope you guys can still hear me and the music is not too loud. Now, these towers, I literally cannot wait for these to go up, because these remind me of something that I have in my own city, in my own city that I live in. It's not exactly built like this, but like the dark buildings, that's what I'm going for. Like the dark with the glass. So obviously I started the process. The bases are here. I already know what I'm gonna do for lighting for this base. And that's what's mainly important, the bases. Once the base is done, really the whole building is easy from that point. You get the staircase, the elevators on the base, and then that continues all the way up as you go up. This building will have to continue up, so this right there won't be the end of it. That'll still go up. Now, the way how these buildings are big like this, it'll be the same thing for Newtown. I want the buildings big like this. I said that they'll be bigger than, but now that I'm seeing this, not really. They won't be bigger than this. They'll probably be about the same size. If not, maybe a little bigger. But it's not enough space for all that. So I might have to just build them in the same size. So yeah, there's nothing really much here to see. This one should have been in the last tour. This one as well. I'm especially not going over there because it lags a lot. Over here, I don't know. I'm just like kind of, because I've toured it so much that I've almost like made it not as significant as it actually is. But this is the synagogue for downtown. New and improved synagogue. Absolutely beautiful on the inside. I'll show you guys. It's inspired by a British, not a British synagogue, but a British cathedral. Is meant for the royal family, so they'll come here. I'll show you guys that. I'll explain all that when I get in there. But yeah, this is the synagogue for downtown. It's called Temple Mount Synagogue. The biggest synagogue on the map so far. Beautiful. We'll go in there in a minute. For now, we're going to go into these apartments right across. So these are downtown apartments, nice and big, extremely expensive, IRL of course, but they're free on here. But you get to experience the feeling of being downtown, and living in an apartment downtown. Of course, the downtown is not like literally looking at it, it's not completed, but at all, like in any sense at all. There's so much to do, but the vision is what's important. Again, that building will be much taller than that. Same thing with these buildings. All 4 of those buildings, there's 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 4 buildings will be like that. They'll be tall, huge. Same with this building, tall. Same thing with that one. Same thing with that one over there. Oh, sorry, I speak up really fast. Same thing with that one over there. Yeah, I think I might, depending on how tall I make those, I might end up raising this building. Just I don't know. Vanilla, of course. These are vanilla. Here's the bedroom. They're one bedroom apartments again. Here's another one. Now, if you decided to renovate the apartment, fully optional. Some people have houses already on here that I've given. But if you wanted an apartment, you could completely renovate it in your own. I would say keep the integrity of the apartment. So the base walls, like this wall here, that wall there, this one here, and then the outside walls, those will end up staying the same. I would like keep it the same, and then add like walls anywhere that you want. Now, here's a banister. There's a building being built right here. It's huge. Not here yet, but it's in the process. It seems to be a lot of that downtown, and I get, why some people will be like, well, why do you keep saying you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, you're gonna trust me. If I say I'm gonna do something, I promise you I'm gonna do it, because none of this stuff will be up if that were the case. Because there's many times that I said I was gonna do this building that I'm in now, and I end up doing it. So I don't falter on my word. It does take me a little time to get it done, just because there's so much that I wanted to do, and then there's so much areas that I'm trying to spread. I'm trying to spread the city out. That way, there's more to work with, because I already know what I'm gonna do for this entire downtown, and then there's a completely separate part of downtown that I have to build as well. But I know how I'm going to build it. I just haven't done that. Like, it's just a lot of work, especially doing it by yourself, by myself. Um, but it'll get done. That's for sure. This parking lot is here for the beachside. This part of downtown, so this whole area. So that's including the synagogue, including those buildings back there. This is all called downtown. Let me turn this down. Sorry. This is all called beachside downtown. So it's downtown, but it's by the beach, so it's called beachside downtown. Shops here, little beach shops. Same thing here. Eating spots, bathroom, restrooms. You can check all that out on the Twitch stream, like everything specifically. But this is the beach. There's supposed to be another tower going here. Some more towers. I won't say what's going here. I'll just say it. It's supposed to be a football stadium going here, with a big parking lot around it. So that'll go there, and more towers along the beach. And then eventually there'll be a surprise on that corner. So, luckily for me, based off the materials that I use, the process is extremely quick to build like actual buildings. So that's not the hard part. The more specific things like a stadium, that'll take a little bit more time. But as long as I'm diligent and I take the time out to do it, then it'll work. Why did I leave the doors open to the actual sanctuary? I never do that. I must have been on a tour, or I must have been rushing. Now, we are entering into the synagogue. I'll skip this song. That way it'll be a different vibe when we walk in. Oh, God. I have something on the way. My dasher is nearby. Order place. Order complete. I have to go outside real quick. Give me 1 second. Dame un segundo. Alright. I have it. And give me one second. Okay. Make sure everything's good, todo está bien. Now it's a little dark. Turn the light on. Okay. Because it's a little dark in this area, so I think it made my face a little dark. Alright. Now we are in a synagogue. I'm gonna go in now. Uh-oh, it's like a little lag. Why am I lagging? Why? Okay, perfect. We're back. Okay. So this is the lobby to the synagogue. There is a little work desk, of course, reception area. You will come here. It's just security. It's for security, basically. Make sure that no one irregular is coming in. You know how things go with Jewish people and stuff like that. It's not really the easiest wearing a yarmulke all the time, because some people really, really hate you. It is what it is. It's just part of that life, technically. But I don't live my life in fear of wearing a yarmulke. I wear it all the time. It's important. So here, we are in here, and obviously the sanctuary is there. I'm trying to avoid going in there, but we're gonna go in. Make sure that this is close. Okay, let's go. Now this is the synagogue, the inside of it. Just give me 1 second before I fully tour it. Okay, have the daylight cycle on. Okay. Now, this is Temple Mount. Again, it's supposed to be a state synagogue. So you know, like how they have state cathedrals where they have state funerals. They'll have like extremely big cathedrals where, like, if a president dies or if a member of the royal family dies, they'll represent them in that synagogue. This will be considered that for this city. This is that. So that's why the common area is blocked off from the actual walkway. They're meant to be separate. So if I walk down here, you can get a good look at the building. And then you enter this area, and it's a completely different vibe. The reason is because this is for special guests. And I'll show you guys the seating arrangement. That's it. And then over here, if you know about the royal family in Britain, they have it set up like this. The king, the queen will sit there. The royal members of family will sit here. So this is like the king's children. They'll go here. The brother of the king, his wife, their family will go there, and then so on and so forth. The further you get down the line. So basically, whoever was the previous king, that's who sets up the way it goes. So obviously, if my father was the original king, he would have sat here. It would have been me if I was the firstborn, my brother, and then any further relatives. Okay, that will go there. As long as they're not made from a mistress or out of wedlock. Obviously, the only people who will be able to sit there is the united king and queen's children. They would go there, right? And then, of course, the brother of the king. So if that was my father and he was the king, then my uncle will go here, my aunt, their children. So my cousins will go there. Same thing with this. Same thing with same thing with this. If I have more cousins, they'll go here. More aunts and uncles, they'll go there. The further you get, the higher it goes. But down here is where the king and queen goes and their children. Here is for the royal families of other countries or outside royal families. They're considered royal though. Wherever you go, if you are a royal in Japan, you're considered royal in England. If you're a royal in England, you're considered royal in Japan. It's the same way. It's a respect of the royal bloodline. Although most of the royals in Europe are German, of German blood, which lucky for them because I have a little bit of me and I have a little bit of that in me as well. But I won't brag about it. I do like the German culture. Anyway, so yeah, this is where they will go, the royals of the outside countries, and then special guests of the royal family itself will go here. Not of the government, not of the actual synagogue. This is guest of the royal family. Over here, guest of the synagogue and of the royal family. They can both go here. And then this will also be for members of parliament, just special guests. Like, this is not for commoners, this is for special guests specifically. So this whole area is special, but obviously this is the more royal side of opposite here. Now here is where the staff of the synagogue will go. So this is like, the equivalent of a priest, of nuns, the equivalent of that for the synagogue will go here. Although obviously a synagogue doesn't have nuns, but there's people like rabbis and people who represent high status within the synagogue. I don't know all the names of it. Again, not fully informed on everything, but that's where they will go. Just because it is such a big synagogue, there's space for all of those who would be there. Anyway, over here again, commoner space. You can walk through so that you can get a nice feel of what it would be if you would actually come here for a Shabbat service. I think the sun might be going down actually. Let's see. Yep. So luckily for us, this window here, not intentionally built it this way, but luckily I did build it this way. You can see the moon and the sun going down here. And basically once the sun is fully down there, you can see the moon here. It's kind of cool. So I guess we can watch it while it goes down. Not literally, but watch the synagogue. So I'll turn up the music a little bit and we'll walk around. See the moon? It's huge. So I hope that people don't call me weird, but this is exactly why I enjoy this map so much, because I make it so realistic. See what I mean? I make it so realistic. That way it gives me a chance to, if I'm not able to explore everywhere in the world, I'm able to build it for myself and then experience it. I come in here all the time, into the synagogue and into just the map in general to explore it. And I think that's why I keep pushing it forward and pushing it outward, because I'm trying to build more spots for imagination. And obviously a downtown is only limited to so much. is only limited to being a downtown, but I have the selected space for the downtown, so that's where we'll go. Same thing with everything else. There's a selected place for everything. So once I leave out of here, we're gonna go to Eden Village. That's next up. Eden Village. Okay. I think it looks very nice. It took me about 2 weeks to build this. It would have taken me sooner, but I was just slacking off a lot. I really was waiting for inspiration, and I think it really pulled itself together. So, down here is the bima, of course. I'll let you guys see this. This is it up close. Sorry. If you're reading the Torah, you would read it here. We also have our candles. Dang, I just forgot what it was called. You know what this is. I forgot what it's called. I'm having a brain fart. Dang, I know what it is though. Here's the Shabbat candles. And then our extra prayer candle that goes there. And then this is where the clergy would come to speak. They wouldn't go up there unless they're reading the actual Torah. And then this is where the Torah would be. Torah. Okay, we're gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna keep it at night. Okay. All right, perfect. Now we are in technically the bottom floor or the basement of the synagogue, and there's offices here. They're about the same, so I'll just show you guys two of them, and then we'll go. So they're about the same for the rest of the hall. Alright, now if I continue down here, this will be considered the second sanctuary. There's a certain name for it that they call it in the synagogues. It's a certain name that they call it, but this is what that is. Super bright. It almost feels like that it's still morning outside. This is how it would look if it was still morning outside. So this is that. Beautiful. This is also like where the students, the kids, they will have their services down here. That will be what this area is for. And then over here, if you come through this hallway or this doorway, this would be like classrooms. This is where you take your children during service. This is where they learn about Hibut. This is where they do that at. And then this is the cafeteria. אני מבין קצת עברית. קצת. Yeah, same thing there. And then a bathroom here. The boys. I'll show you guys this. The girls one isn't done yet, but this is the boys' bathroom. Little place to change your son. He's had an issue or he's had an accident. You change him there. Showers. toilets. These are stalls, toilets. Okay, sinks, mirrors, lights. La misma cosa. Same thing. Alright, moving on. We're gonna go to Eden Village. My car is not here. We'll have to take this hoverboard to go get my car. Anyway, while we ride, Eden Village, just this is in case if you didn't see the first tour or the second one. Eden Village is supposed to be Hollywood Hills style, you know, the ones that were burning a few months ago. Those ones, it was supposed to be based off of that kind of. No offense, obviously, of course, to what happened, the LA fires, but it's supposed to be based off of that. We're gonna drive over to get my car. My car's all the way over there. I parked it. So that's downtown. I hope you guys like downtown. I know it's not much to it. Nothing crazy, but it's still worth seeing. It's still worth investing in. It'll be a big, beautiful area once I put some loving into it. Here's my car. All right. Oh, nice. Just put this over here. All right. Now we're gonna head to Eden. I can smell that food in the bag, bro. I'm hungry. Luckily, Eden is gonna be before Shabbat, which is the last place to visit. To tour. I wanted to make this more of the live stream style because I live stream slow like this. It's more of a slow process, more chill, music in the background. That's what I do on the stream. But on here, I wanted to give the same vibe in comparison to the last tours. Yeah. Now we are approaching Eden. Well, we're in Eden technically. This whole area is Eden. No love for Eden right now. Literally. Yeah, no love for Eden. Ooh, I don't know why I just started speaking like that. I speak, well, I'm learning a lot of languages, and I tend to mix my accents because in order to hear me correctly, I have to switch out my accent. So, Mataya ni Medea Iwit, I had to speak kind of like that, and then if I'm speaking Spanish, it's got to be more of a ¿Quién estás hablando? And I take out the word, and I almost like kind of speak like this, like that. It's still my accent. It still sounds like me, but like depending on who I'm talking to or what language I'm speaking in, the accent has to like change just a little bit. Un poco, solo un poco. Pero suena la misma. It sounds the same. Like, I think that's how you say it sounds the same. Suena la misma. Anyway. So this is a LA style house. Is a mansion technically. I didn't build this. I got this from an add-on, but I thought this was a perfect spot to put it. It has a nice big yard. This is actually owned by my brother's girlfriend. She owns this house. She asked for it. She was like, "Can I have it?" I'm like, "Hey, yeah, go ahead," because I'm not moving into it. It is nice though. It's very nicely set up, and I like it being here. So yeah, that is this room. And then even if I'm speaking Al-Arabiya, Ana Oridu, Ana Oridu, Oridu, I don't know. I'm just now learning Arabic. It's extremely new to me. I'm learning the alphabet right now, and then la otra cosas come later. Yeah. So there's a lot of things that I'm doing, a lot of things that I'm trying to focus on besides Minecraft. That I have to, that are important to me. Son muy importante para mí. Extremely. So, building this world, learning all that stuff, and doing literally what I've always dreamed of doing is really my main priority. So that's why I'm taking my time with this place, because there's a lot of things that I have to work on, personally, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and then on top of that, I'm trying to make my dreams come true at the same time. So it's not the easiest stuff to do, but obviously I'm doing it pretty well. I think so. All right, we're gonna get out of this place, and we're gonna go to a house that I've actually built myself. The yard I built, like the fence. I love the fence over here. But we'll go to a house that I've actually built myself. That's another house right there. We'll park in this parking lot. I mean, this driveway though, and we'll visit the other houses. So this one I just finished on stream. It's not fully finished. It's not furnished or anything like that, but it has a roof on it. It has the rooms. It has the kitchen. All of that. You can see the stream on there. Again, no flooring, no actual physical kitchen, none of that. The living space. And if you go upstairs, hallway. Again, extremely big. It's supposed to be a mansion style. Bed. I don't know if y'all can hear the ice cream truck outside. Bed. Bed. Bath. When I say bed and bath, bedroom, bathroom, I said bath. And then this is the master bed. El dormitorio del maestro. Del maestro. I'm still learning all the languages. I'm still learning. It's a lot. But the more that I've learned them, the more that I've learned Spanish specifically, it's gotten me more comfortable in learning the other languages. Tibet, Arabia, and then English, because I speak English very well. I grew up speaking English well. Like my mother always corrected my words. I always read. Me and my brother, we read a lot. So I was always told that I was whitewashed, per se. Like growing up in school, people will always call me white, or they'll say, "You don't speak like a black person." Pero sí, no, I don't. And I guess it's a good thing, because I've learned that I pick up on language very well, and my brain auto corrects how things are supposed to be said. I don't know if I have ADHD or something like that, but my brain literally won't let me speak in a way that doesn't make sense. Certain things that I'll mix up, and I think that's why I speak so fast, because I know so many words and so many different ways of saying the same thing that it literally confuses me. And I found the same struggle with learning Spanish. I've learned that just speaking slowly and taking my time with it, it helps me learn it faster. I'm able to learn the words faster, and then I'm able to hablar muy rápido cuando estoy hablando español. It's because I know what I'm saying, and I know it's because I've said it so much slowly that but it makes sense when I say it faster. So I don't know. I guess I had to learn that style of learning because I think that's how kids learn. They learn it slow. You speak slowly. Hoy estoy pensando en ti. Estoy viviendo en un mundo perfecto. You're speaking más despacio, very slowly, or muy despacio. Sorry. You're speaking slowly, like a kid. They're not going to speak super fast because they'll mix up their words. They don't know fully what they're saying, so they have to speak slowly. So that's how you'll have to do it. That's how you learn languages. By speaking slowly, you'll pick up the words, you'll pick up how things are supposed to be put, and then eventualmente, tú puedes hablar en español y poder hablar diferente lengua de diferentes lugares. Sí. אני מדבר קצת עברית עכשיו, אבל אני מדבר אנגלית טוב מאוד. That's all I know. I don't know much Hebrew. I'm really really learning it, and it's really fun. I know the alphabet. I know how to read the alphabet. This is another mention. I'm just kind of just talking. But I know the alphabet, and luckily the alphabet in Arabia, it sounds similar. You're using some of the similar vowel looks, like it looks the same, but it's not the same. No es la misma. It's not the same at all. But like speaking it, hearing it, like you will almost like I was almost thinking, I'm like, this is Arabic. It sounds like it's Hebrew, but yeah, this was supposed to be originally my house, my original house. Never moved in and never filled the extra rooms in. This sad music is killing me. I never moved into here. This is supposed to be the same thing over there, right? I think that's probably why I'm having it already on dark, always there. So yeah, this is supposed to be my house. This whole area is technically supposed to be based on Los Angeles, but I was going for more Israeli vibe as well. Israel. I was going for that vibe as well. I have a big yard. I don't know if I toured this, but I have a big yard back here. I still own the property. I'll still put some effort into it. It's still mine. I'm not giving it to anybody. Because it's the biggest property over here. At first, it was the biggest property on the map, but the palace takes that crown. Okay. It's another house. And the whole area will end up going like that, just further down, and then more houses down here, and then there'll be a road going there. So that'll be all this area, and then second part of downtown. Again, this is my house. Downtown is that way, and then if you continue the road over here, right, there'll be a road over there coming through here. This whole area will be downtown. I'm not sure if I went over this the last time I did a tour, but that's supposed to be over here. Luckily, the tools that I have makes it easier to clear up land now, to the point where I can clear up this whole area within seconds, without even thinking about it. And then I'll add the road in, right? And then that will be the second part of downtown. So you understand why Beachside is called Beachside, because Beachside is next to the beach. Then over here will be a different zone of downtown. No estoy seguro. Not sure exactamente what I'm gonna call it, right? But I think that that'll come eventually. Eventually, once I actually build it. So, yep, this is downtown. This is also downtown, and like I said, Eden is right in the middle of downtown. Right here, this whole area, and then over there as well on that side of the hill where we came from. Now, next, la próxima cosa, la próxima vaina es, la próxima lugar es, finalmente, Shabbat Village. The next place is Shabbat Village. Take this car. This is pretty fast. This girl is literally always on this part of the highway, on this entrance. Literally. Every time I come on here, she's there. So we're gonna go here to Shabbat Village. We'll take the highway. I made some repairs to the highway. That way it was a little bit more smooth coming from downtown. Let's see. Ken. Yes. Believe it or not, I actually listen to some of this classical music, like regardless if I'm recording or not. It's actually a playlist. I'm telling you, I literally grew up as like kind of a geek nerd. Like we had a library. We called it the Alexander Graham Bell Library. We called it the Alexander Graham Bell Library. Although Alexander Graham Bell had nothing to do with libraries, but me and my brother and I, we learned about him and how he made, I think it was a telephone. And we had like a GPS that played music in there. Like the oddest stuff was happening there. Shabbat Village now. The oddest stuff was happening there. We had like a GPS that played music. Cool. A really cool childhood. A very imaginative childhood. I had Minecraft when I had my first Xbox, the Xbox 360. I had Minecraft on it. So my brother and I, we grew up on Minecraft. Oh, yep, that's the basement. Escape from there. Bathroom. I'm trying to go quickly because I'm trying to eat that food. I'm not gonna lie. No es una verdad. No es una. Mentira. No es una mentira. Sí. Tengo que pensar de las palabras lo que quiero usar. Sí. So that's it. That's everything for Shabbat Village. No hay nada más. There's nothing else. Now this is an English Victorian style house, and I plan on keeping it that way all the way down. I'll change the color and the design of the house. Not the design, but the color, the inside color, and that way the houses physically look the same, but there is a difference as well. Hay una diferencia. See. The only reason why I speak so much Spanish in comparison to like Iwit or Arabia is because that's the only one I know mostly. It's the only one that's closest to English. The only one that I speak the most as close as English. I speak English all the time because it's my original language, but I speak Spanish as well. Almost as much as I'm speaking English now. Pero eventualmente the Hebrew and the Arabia will come naturally as well, naturalmente. También. Anyway, yo voy a irme. I think that's what that said. That's what that means. Yo voy a irme. I'm gonna go. Hasta luego. Chao. Te voy a ver en la próxima video. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Hasta luego. Chao. Shalom. Bye. Adios. I don't know how to say bye in Arabia, Arabic. Pero soon, pronto, yo voy a tenerlo.
Summer